the never-ending saga of international diplomacy, where promises are as reliable as a weather forecast on the moon. President Donald Trump, in his infinite wisdom, is hopeful that Russia and Ukraine will finally hammer out an agreement this week after a brief Easter ceasefire that ended as predictably as a soap opera cliffhanger. Yes, you heard it right, folks. The man who's mastered the art of the deal is now dabbling in international peacemaking. Because why not? After all, if you've managed to sell steaks and run casinos, why not bring two warring nations together? On his ever-thriving social media platform, Truth Social, Trump posted, "Hopefully Russia and Ukraine will make a deal this week. Both will then start to do big business with the United States of America, which is thriving, and make a fortune." Because nothing screams peace treaty like a good old-fashioned business merger, right? One can only imagine the boardroom negotiations. "Okay, so we'll stop shooting at each other, and you'll buy our corn. Deal?" Meanwhile, in the real world, the war between Russia and Ukraine drags on, claiming tens of thousands of lives, a minor detail that seems to escape the dealmaker's narrative. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has accused Russian President Vladimir Putin of violating their ceasefire agreement more times than a toddler breaks their promise of just one more cookie. According to Zelenskyy, the Russian army has violated the ceasefire over 2,000 times. But hey, what's a few thousand violations between frenemies? Zelenskyy, ever the realist, has declared that Ukraine will respond to silence with silence and strikes in defense of Russian strikes. It's the kind of diplomatic tango that makes one wonder if they're shooting missiles or merely exchanging passive-aggressive post-it notes. Actions are always more eloquent than words, Zelenskyy mused, a sentiment that might be lost on those caught up in the cacophony of artillery. Meanwhile, Putin had ordered his forces to hold their fire along the front line for the Easter ceasefire until midnight, Moscow time, on Sunday. It seems the Easter Bunny was expected to broker peace, leaving chocolate eggs in the trenches as a goodwill gesture. Zelenskyy had expressed hope that a longer ceasefire might reveal Russia's true intentions, because 30 hours is good for headlines but not exactly conducive to building trust. 30 days could give peace a chance, he noted, hinting at a timeline that's as optimistic as it is naive. In the land where promises go to die, Zelenskyy has voiced his skepticism about any words emanating from Moscow. "We know all too well how Moscow manipulates, and we are prepared for anything," Zelenskyy said. On the other side of the Atlantic, Representative Brian Fitzpatrick chimed in, declaring that the likelihood of Russia upholding any deal is entirely up to Vladimir Putin. Now there's a reassuring thought. He went on to describe Putin as someone who has never kept his word, a revelation as groundbreaking as discovering water is wet. Fitzpatrick also praised Secretary of State Marco Rubio for his astute understanding of the Russia-Ukraine dynamic. The congressman expressed full faith in Rubio's ability to broker an agreement, conveniently overlooking the fact that agreements require both parties to actually, agree. And now, a brief intermission to remind you to subscribe to our channel. If you enjoy this blend of biting satire and incisive commentary, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from you, especially if you have a theory on how Trump plans to solve world peace one business deal at a time. Back to the story, it seems that Trump's diplomatic foray coincides with an 80-page minerals deal with Ukraine, expected to be signed soon. Details are scarce, but Bloomberg reports that the U.S. has graciously reduced its demands for repayment from Ukraine from $300 billion to a mere $100 billion. Because what's a few $100 billion among allies? As we await the unfolding of this geopolitical sitcom, one can't help but ponder, is this a genuine attempt to broker peace, or just another episode in the continuing reality show that is international politics? And what do you, dear viewer, think? Will Trump's vision of turning war into business ventures hold any water, or is it just pie in the sky? Let us know in the comments below. In the meantime, as the world turns and the news cycle spins faster than a fidget spinner in a wind tunnel, let's keep watching, laughing, and critically engaging. After all, satire is our weapon of choice in navigating these absurd times. So, stay tuned, stay sharp, and don't forget to subscribe for more biting commentary on the world's most ridiculous events.